We were finally ready to install the new trunk repair panels and inner and outer wheelhouses we obtained from YearOne.
Started out with the inner wheel tubs and made sure that they lined up with, or close to lined up to the old marks from the original wheel tubs. And then from there I put the outer wheel tub in to see how far I had from the quarter gap to the wheel tub gap to make sure that when we install the new quarter panels that they would be in the right spot.
With all the pieces securely clamped in place, Randy began by plug welding the rear trunk supports to the inner wheelhouses. Then he moved inside the car and finished plug welding the inner wheelhouse to the existing car structure. Randy saved some time welding the wheelhouses because he used a new HTP Quickspot II spot welder to do the majority of the work.
The spot welder came in real handy. It eliminates the whole process of drilling holes and welding in the hole as a spot weld. And this just speeds up the process so much, and it makes it such a factory finish and factory appearance that there's no grinding. And you know, on places that you would normally see a factory spot weld, there's, you know, it's there. There's no indication of us ever being there. The next step we did was the sections of trunk floor, not a complete piece, but a section, pretty good amount of the trunk floor. It killed the areas that we needed them to fill. Once I had the wheel tubs in and in place, setting the trunk floors was pretty easy because it sat pretty much right where they needed to go. Well, now we're at trying to fit everything back in and make sure that everything is lining up correctly. The quality of the YearOne panels was quite nice, actually. You know, everything seemed to fall right in place. There was a few things we had to grind and make a little better, but other than that, it was quite a good fit and finish. So far, we've stuck an inner outer wheel tub on both sides, the inner splash panel here, and this trunk floor panel on this side. And slowly but surely working our way over to the driver's side of the car. I left the center section in so that when I set the new outer trunk drops in, I would kind of get a good guesstimate of if they were in the right spot or if there was any more playing or cutting or grinding that needed to be done. You want to get it all together, and the best you can, vice grip or sheet metal screw it together to get your strong points to where you still have enough play to shift around and make sure everything lines up correctly. Once I had the outer drops in, I decided to go ahead and cut the center of the floor out. That was everything lined up to where I needed it to be, so I really didn't need that section anymore. Set the new metal in, everything lined up really well. The HTP flange tool came in quite handy this time around. It saved us a lot of you know, fitting and underlying metal. You were able to put a flange on each piece and overlap each other to where when they were welded from top to bottom and ground flat, there was virtually no seam or no indication of a repair. The center section of the tub had a flange on each side that mounted up almost perfectly with the outer drop-ins. So when we set it in there, it really you know, showed us that everything away from the center was correct.
Next, Randy used an HTP air nibbler to trim the new trunk supports, and then he clamped them in with the new tail panel we got from Desert Valley Auto Parts. Then the forward part of the trunk floor was screwed tight and all the seams were welded up. Finally, he ground the welds on top and bottom to make for an undetectable repair.
In the rear, I met the trunk patches with the new rear body panel that we put in. I was able to weld it right along that seam to where it was virtually undetectable from the underneath, and was able to grind it flat and metal finish completely on the top. The front half, I had to overlap about 2 inches of each metal to make sure the strength was there for the trunk and that I had plenty of metal to grind away and be able to work later.